Hello ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be analysing and taking a look at the brand new trailer for the 60th anniversary. But not only did we get the trailer released, within the trailer we got the titles of the 3 specials, with the first being The Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, and The Giggle. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, jumped on YouTube, and saw the thumbnail, and I was like,
yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
I mean, I can hardly contain my excitement. There is a lot to talk about, there is a lot to discuss, there is a lot to analyze. I've been looking at this trailer so many times today, but without further ado, let's get on to the video. So, it starts off with the Star Beast. So, we have the Doctor here walking in the street, presumably not too long after he's landed, and then we have Donna again recounting her memories. We've seen this throughout the other trailers, talking to Sylvia, speaking of lost memories or memories that she can't recount. Then appears to be some sort of ship flying through the sky or crashing, and we see Donna in the street, and then of course we move on to see a ship crashing through the skies, where the Doctor says,
I don't think that's a plane. It's a spaceship in trouble.
Now, if you analyze and look at the spaceship itself, it looks very similar to the spaceship that we saw in the first trailer that was released in, I think it was January, the first trailer that we had for the 60th. It looks very similar, same sort of shape. If you look towards the nose, it has like red lensed windows. The fins on the rockets, they look very similar to the one that was shown off in the first trailer. And presumably what this is this is Beep the Meep's ship. I originally thought, when I first saw the first trailer, that the sphere thing that crashed, I thought that was Beep the Meep's ship. I don't think that's Beep the Meep's ship. I think that's an escape pod from the ship that crashed, and Beep the Meep managed to get into it. So I think the ship that's falling through the sky ejected or jettisoned Beep the Meep out. He managed to escape. That's where he lands in presumably a park and meets with Yasmin Finney, playing Rose, Donna's daughter. So, yes, this story is based upon the comic strip The Star Beast that was originally published in the late 70s, early 80s. Now, I read the comic strip earlier this year because I wanted a bit of background on what the hell this story was actually going to be about. So, moving on, we have, again, the same footage that was released in the first trailer with the Wrath Warriors facing in the streets against Unit, and we know that they are the Wrath Warriors. I believe Rachel Taylor confirmed it herself, and of course it's the Star Beast. It's adapted from the comic strip, so of course it's going to be the Wrath Warriors. They look exactly the same. So moving on to the next part is the Wild Blue Yonder, and there isn't much footage that's given to this one. There is almost hardly any whatsoever, so there's not much to go on and to analyze here. We see Donna, then we move on. It's impossible to decipher what that is, and then we move on to the Doctor. Now again, this has a binary code. It's shown all throughout this segment, and basically if you put in the binary code, translate it backwards, it says binary, 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 I don't want to go. What does this mean? Could be Donna recounting memories again. She's starting to realize who the Doctor is. So we move on to the third episode, The Giggle. So it starts off with the Doctor staring out. I think he's looking and he sees Donna. I'm not entirely sure, but from the footage throughout the trailer, I think he's looking to see Donna. Maybe this is Donna's farewell at the start of the episode. I have no idea. Again, this is nothing new. We're seeing Neil Patrick Harris parading, dancing in the street, while everything around him is in total chaos. And we see some sort of police officer on a motorcycle with what looks like a shaggy orange or possibly red mohawk. And then we see Donna, Neil Patrick Harris, and David Tennant dancing through the street. Now we move on to this segment where we have a lot to talk about. But basically we have what appears like the interior of a Unit base. So we do know that Unit are involved in the 60th anniversary because we saw them in the first trailer. So basically we have the Doctor pointing up at a monitor, displaying various charts of the Earth, some sort of satellite, And around the Doctor seem to be soldiers. It looks like they have the unit emblem or logo actually on their tactical vest that you can see from the two soldiers in the far corners. So what does this mean? Does this mean we're going to be getting Kate Lethbridge-Stewart for this episode as well? Seeing that we have unit, it would only make sense that we'd also have Kate Lethbridge-Stewart in the story as well. And this, I think, is a perfect opportunity. A lot of people haven't really been mentioning this. At least I haven't seen anyone mention this at all. Is if we had Martha Jones in the story. Now this could be involved with setting up for the unit spin-off series. So moving on to the next part of the actual scene. We have the Doctor pointing up at the display monitor. Now, what looks like in the Doctor's hands is him using his new sonic screwdriver. Now, we did see photos before. I think it ended up on Twitter somewhere. Someone posted a photo. I think it was a set photo of the Doctor holding his new sonic screwdriver. I definitely think that this is this, but for all we know, it could be a remote he's using. So moving on to the next thing. Who is on the display monitor? It looks like it's some sort of ventriloquist dummy. Well, of course it is a ventriloquist dummy. What it is actually Stooky Bill. Now, Stooky Bill was a ventriloquist dummy that was actually originally used by John Logie Baird, the creator of television, and first demonstrated television in 1926. What's so significant about that, you say? Well, the fact that the other teaser showed us, when we had the glitching teaser, I believe it was the last one. So we had the Roman numeral, 1926. I definitely think this is to do with this episode. The part of the story that will be set in 1926 we've actually already seen in the first trailer that they released, showing Mr. Emporium's shop. We saw someone holding an umbrella walking into Mr. Emporium's shop. I think it is John Logie Baird who's walking in there to actually acquire the ventriloquist dummy. Now, whether or not there's going to be some sort of manipulation, whether or not the dummy's alive, or whether or not Neil Patrick Harris's character is intervening with human history, who knows? So basically, I think Neil Patrick Harris's character is going to be completely involved with manipulating the creator of television to do something with the ventriloquist dummy. So this is when we hear the Doctor say,
Laughing at the human race.
So what could he be meaning by that? I think it is something to do with Neil Patrick Harris's character, which leads me to believe as well that Neil Patrick Harris might not actually be the Celestial Toymaker. Maybe he could be a new incarnation of the Master. Maybe even slotted in between Missy and Sacha Dhawan's Master. Because you have to think of someone who is manipulating time for their own accord, and that's what I think this is doing. Neil Patrick Harris is manipulating human history. But then again, you can also think of manipulating time. Who else does this? The meddling monk. It could be possible that for the first time in, since 1965, we're going to see the meddling monk again in this new form of Neil Patrick Harris. Or it could even be the Valeyard, the Doctor's darker side, somewhere between his 12th and final incarnation. We could have the Valeyard, the Doctor going up against himself. Or, fans of Sarah Jane Adventures would know this, the Trickster. But I'm definitely getting strong vibes that Neil Patrick Harris is trying to rewrite human history for his own benefit. What that benefit is, we're just going to have to wait to see, I guess. And then moving on, we have a sort of homage to E.T., the extraterrestrial, where we have Beep the Meep hiding within a closet with a bunch of stuffed animals, and that's very much taken from E.T. the extraterrestrial. So an interesting thing to note about this is they said the trailers are coming in autumn, specifically autumn, not November, which leads me to believe that from the start of autumn, we will get one episode each month, which means we'll get the Star Beast in September, the Wild Yonder in October, the Giggle in November. Why would they not just play them in November? But not only is it to just spread out the episodes to leave you wanting more, it's also because of the fact that the Christmas special is supposed to be airing in December as well. So what I think we're going to get is we're going to get all these stories leading up to the Christmas special. So I think this hasn't been confirmed. This is only an assumption that I have, but I'm willing to put money on it that the reason why they've done that is for us to have one episode each month leading up to the Christmas special with Ncuti Gatwa in his first episode. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the trailer. I know I'm psyched. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing to finally see these episodes. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. But as always, guys, you've been watching another Who View video. Hope to see you next time. But bye for now.